Hey everybody, Glenn here. Excited to talk about a guitar that I bought about a year and a half ago, and I haven't really talked about it too much, and shame on me for that. It is the PRS McCarty 594. So let's talk a little bit about the features on this guitar. So the McCarty 594 is kind of based on Paul's relationship with Ted McCarty. Famous for Gibson, coming up with so many great guitars for Gibson over the years. This guitar was designed to have a vintage feel in a modern guitar. They go to great lengths at PRS to make sure that the wood is dry, the resins are dry in the wood, so that there's no movement whatsoever that's going to cause tuning and tonal instabilities. This guitar has a mahogany back and neck. The neck is graduated, so it gives you a lot of support as you go up. Feels very familiar. I've never really played an actual 59 Les Paul, but that's what it's supposed to feel like. A lot of us haven't. Maybe the reissues, sure. The tuners are the Phase 2 locking tuners, and they're open gear. I like that a lot, the open gear tuners. The knobs are actually called lampshade. They kind of look like a lampshade. And one of the really cool features about this guitar is the 5815 LTs, or low turn, low output pickups. The guitar tends to have more of a creamier sound to it, especially when you put a little bit of crunch on it. The interesting thing is it's the same pickup in the neck and the bridge. Now, a lot of this information you can get from PRS, so I won't really kind of go over too much because I don't want to miss something that's a great detail. Just kind of want to give you my opinion on the guitar and talk a little bit more in detail and do some playing on it. One of the things I do like about this guitar, and if you go back and look at my review of my Les Paul Studio in wine red, is the coil tapping on that is a significant volume drop when you tap that guitar, as well as in the neck position, the coil tapping sounds very muffled. This is not the case with the 594. When you basically tap these, the volume is not that dramatic, and I'll demonstrate that in just a moment. So, great guitar. I am currently running Stringjoy, which is a great string company out of Nashville. If you haven't tried their strings, please do. I don't have an endorsement with them at all. I just like their strings. I kind of fell victim to Facebook marketing and ordered some sets, and I really like them. So they hold up real well. And I have some serious pH. It's like alien sweat. So they're non-coated and they hold up. Where I've had elixirs and they don't hold up to my pH as well. So let's talk a little bit about it. 10 through 58 Stringjoys. This guitar is just a joy to play. And really shame on me again for not talking about it, but shame on me for not playing out with it as much. I love my Les Pauls equally, but this guitar really just feels comfortable. It feels like a vintage instrument. So let's do a little bit of playing with it and see how you like it. Okay, so today I am playing through a Roland Blues Cube. The Blues Cube's a cool amp for a solid state amp. It emulates a Fender Bassman head, in that as you kind of increase your volume, it'll kind of break up a little bit, which is really kind of nice. And it has two channels, a clean and a dirty channel. I'm running a little bit of reverb on it. I'm running it clean right now, and I'm not running through any effects pedals at all. So what I'll do is I'll use the crunch on the amp just to give you an idea of how that sounds. Basically, if we're in the neck position, you can have a nice smooth sound. Now, if we go to the middle position, and now we'll go to the bridge. So let's talk a little bit about the coil tapping on this guitar. Like I said, when you tap this guitar, the volume doesn't drop significantly. A little bit, but not a lot. There's my chord, neck position, a little bit of a drop, but it sounds really sweet. Middle position with that neck tapped. I tap the treble bridge. Nice and clean, and then the neck. All right, so let's try it now with some crunch on it. Neck position with a little bit of crunch on it. Middle. Neck. Let's go back to the neck, and then we'll tap it, and you can hear that. Really sounds good tapped with some gain on it. Bridge position. So you can see it really has a great sound, tapped, untapped, clean, distorted, really just a terrific guitar. So like I said earlier, kind of shame on me that I don't use it as much or play as much, and you're probably asking why is that? I don't know. Some of the places I used to play when I first got it, outdoor venues, there were balconies with people hanging over it with their drinks and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, I really don't want to see an almost $4,000 guitar take a header. Even if you have a Hercules stand, things happen, things get ripped off. In certain parts of the country, certain cities of the country, it's almost at epidemic proportions where people are ripping off snares and cymbals and guitars and basses and stuff like that. And I know several people in the Tampa Bay area that have had their instruments taken right out of the clubs. And you can only keep your eye on something so long, or have somebody else keep an eye on it if you have to go to the restroom or you're talking to patrons at these venues. So I guess certain guitars I'm very protective over, and I know that's really stupid. I mean, if you have a guitar, play it. It's like having a vintage car or a beautiful vehicle. You need to drive it. I mean, certainly you don't want to park a Ferrari at Walmart, but I try to be a little bit selective about which instruments I bring out. And then I have instruments that are really my workhorse guitars. And, you've seen my video probably on my my Les Paul BFGs, Love those guitars. But this one is kind of like my special at-home guitar that I polish up and I play. And again, probably stupid, but that's how I feel about it. But it is a fantastic instrument. I really like it. It is absolutely sublime from start to finish. And if you're thinking about getting in the market for something that's really going to be an heirloom guitar, something that will increase in value, and something that you really want as a tone machine, consider the 594. Hope that helps you guys out, and have a great day. God bless.